In the novel Cutting for Stone by Abraham Verghese, Marion Stone, the main character, leaves his home in Ethiopia for America after a tragic turn of events to become a successful surgeon in the medical field. As Marion becomes adjusted to the American lifestyle, he becomes very ill, and his twin brother, Shiva Stone, unexpectedly volunteers to give a portion of his liver for a transplant to save Marion's life. The father of the twin brothers, Thomas Stone, becomes the surgeon for the liver transplant and once again holds the lives of his two sons. Regret and redemption is displayed throughout the novel with many of the characters, but Shiva Stone, a life-saving brother, and Thomas Stone, a neglectful father, are two of the more prominent personalities. Shiva's character is not one to live in regret because he has never truly cared enough about anything to feel the happiness or sadness in a situation. However, Shiva states indirectly that he needs to absolve his actions from the past with Marion because I, Shiva, have looked back, I have regrets. 6:20. Shiva never understood how much Marion meant to him until Marion was on his deathbed. Shiva had betrayed his brother by sleeping with Marion's one true love, Jeanette, during their teenage years, causing tension and muteness between the twin brothers. As he convinces the surgeons to perform the liver transplant, Shiva states to Thomas Stone, "If I was dying, if there was a chance he could save me, Marion would have pushed you to operate. I never understood it before, but I understand it now." 6:20. Shiva now understands because he knows his brother is selfless and would do almost anything to help others. Shiva ultimately decides to go through with the operation, successfully transferring a portion of his liver to his brother, saving Marion's life. Thomas Stone was a character who had lived in regret and desired redemption. Thomas Stone was Marion and Shiva's biological father who quickly ran away shortly after the twins were born. Once Marion came to America, he finds his father by complete coincidence during a surgical operation. Marion makes his presence known to his father, leading Stone to visit Marion's quarters to answer Marion's questions about his unknown, neglecting father. Stone mentions to Marion how he lived and lives in regret because he was not there for his two sons after they were born. Stone feels like he will never be able to redeem himself for his lost presence as a father to Marion and Shiva, but feels as though he can gain some redemption by performing the liver transplant between his sons. Stone's redemption during the transplant was mainly for Shiva because Stone had performed on Shiva and Marion during their birth and attempted to kill Shiva by crushing his skull in order to save Sister Mary Joseph Praise, Stone's one love. With the liver transplant successful, Stone felt like he achieved a redemption from his sons. However, when the transplant started to fail on Shiva, Stone was full of regret once again. Shiva's death was caused by a stroke that can be connected to Stone because of attempted skull crushing during the twins' birth. Although he meant no harm, Shiva's death was ultimately Stone's fault. Marion was lucky enough to survive and not be affected after the transplant. However, he begins to regret the years he did not speak to Shiva. Since Shiva gave Marion his life back, Marion redeems himself by continuing his medical practices as a trauma surgeon and does every surgery in honor of his deceased brother.